Buddy, hopefully y'all are having a wonderful day so far. Just making sure that everything's going up and going on Twitch. We're looking good. Everything looks good. Excellent. I know it's been a while since y'all got to see me. I've canceled quite a bit, unfortunately, this week. Just these allergies have been kicking my butt, and I'm very much a introvert through and through. So I've had a lot of like where I'm like hosting guests and things like that, which have been great. I love all the people that are in my life, but they drain me. So like I have one friend who's coming in every couple weeks or so, and then my other group of friends that are coming in, and that along with, you know, trying to get everything set up. Honestly, it's just a bunch of excuses, but overall I was just very, very tired, and I'm feeling better now that I've kind of given myself some time. But today, for those that do not know, are special Sunday streams where we just kind of vibe, we kind of go over what from the previous week, what the plans are for the following week, and then I essentially write down some like meeting minutes, which are but a very casual kind. For those that are aware of meeting minutes, it's essentially like what's the word, like patch notes but for a meeting, where there's just kind of like a summary of what the meeting was about, so that people who do not participate in the meeting, aka this, you can still know what the heck is going on. And there's a handful of reasons why I go about it. It's not because I love meeting minutes or meetings in general, surprisingly enough, but instead it's more like that because, you know, I want to treat the streaming as a business, etc. I have to go about it in a way where it's like you have meetings or you have communications, and y'all are the reason why I'm here, after all. And to go about this in a way where like the door is open, full honesty, open book. It's like, these are the plans, these are the standards that I hold up for myself, and things are, you know, gotta be real with myself. So we'll start today with going over the sketch, like what was the last week, right? So last week we brought up Discord. So the Discord is up and running, and we actually utilized the Discord, and I got some feedback from y'all. Why does this keep showing up when I highlight the thing? Why are you being weird? Now does it do it? No. Okay. Weird. The green screen was kind of showing around Mama Dodo when I was in Excel. Weird. But we created the Discord. We actually did our first art feedback in Discord as well, regarding the eyes of the VTuber model. So that was pretty great. And actually looking at the Discord now with the Discord updates and stuff. So now whenever I start streaming, updates come up on that. And it looks like it was the 17th. So there was no evening on the 17th, and then I canceled both on, or it canceled early on Friday and then canceled that Friday. So I will say, as far as that goes, as far as streaming, that was a fail. So we canceled / stopped streaming prematurely about 3 times for 3 streams, which isn't good. But I think if there's anything to learn about this, is that when you stumble, it's okay. And this was my stumble. This week was, did I need the rest? Definitely. I definitely needed the rest. I needed to be kind to myself. But it's okay to stumble as long as you as long as you're still moving forward, as long as you're still working on things, it's okay to stop and rest and keep moving forward. It's when you stumble and then use that as an excuse to stop, then you didn't stumble, you just stopped. I mean, I feel like it's still kind for you to give yourself a break if you need to, you know? And for me, I just needed a few days. I mean, do I feel like I still need a little bit of rest? A little bit. I still feel a little tired. I might be just being prepared. You can kind of see in the schedule here, I'm hosting even more people this week. Yay! Will I have a week where I'm not hosting people? Who knows? For such a tiny apartment that I have, you would think I wouldn't host as many people as I do, but I like to think of myself as an excellent host, so I certainly don't mind in the slightest. But so that's happening this week, but it's not happening until Thursday. So Monday stream should be completely fine. Wednesday stream should be completely fine. Friday stream is just canceled. There's going to be no Friday stream, and there might not be a Sunday stream. I'll still post in meeting. I'll still post a meeting minutes as far as previous week versus what our plans for next week. But at least for 4 of our streams this week should be good to go. And we're going to kind of talk about it a little more, but we're going to go in a little bit of different direction. Because the original plan for last week was to finish the VTuber model. I want to emphasize how underestimated I was of what that entailed. I'll just do a whole VTuber model in a week. Is crazy. That is absolutely insane that I was like, yeah, I can do that. I haven't even finished doing the eye yet. This is someone who doesn't have experience drawing that kind of VTuber style art ever, and I'm like, I could get it done in a week. Like, no. It's gonna take you a week to maybe do the face, and like, could I have done it if I didn't cut a couple stream shorts and work on that? Probably, maybe. I mean, for those that watched those streams, you kind of saw that I struggled with it just to stay motivated, because I just was hitting a wall so readily, so quickly. And so after doing a little bit of research and all that kind of stuff, I think we've hit our first situation where we are just strictly incompatible with what we want to do. So what I need to do is practice in the avenue of drawing in that kind of style to the degree that would allow me to like make the things I want to make in that regard, which was something that we were going to run into eventually. I think I got really lucky with the pixel art where I just kind of jumped into it and I was actually pretty decent in it, even though I didn't have a whole lot of experience with it. But I also kind of hit a wall with that just because I'm starting off with something so complicated. And some thoughts regarding with that, I think I'm gonna move towards the direction of, instead of moving everything pixel by pixel, I have a little, like, what do they call it, streak lines, where there's just like movement and exaggerations and things of that nature. That could be fun as far as adding that in the stream avatar. Actually, you know what? Can we just do that real quick? Hold on, because we can just, because we're not in a game right now. Let's pull it up. Let's pull up stream avatars. And then we hit connect. Yeah. And then, yeah, there we go. There I am. I don't know how to make it so it's just the compies. For now, it's going to be a mixture of compies and this. Let's see. Can I go ahead and like despawn and spawn? There we are. No, I had one. Come on. Where are the copies? There you are. They're the little copies. They're kind of like not moving because I didn't make any of the guys, but can I just, yeah, perfect. Okay, little guys running around. Anyway, I completely got distracted. So if we go back to the meeting minutes, all right, what was I saying? We were talking about what were we talking about? I guess I'll just move on to the next thing, and I'll remember when I remember it. Yeah, overall stumbled. Oh yeah, we were talking about VTuber model, where I had drastic underestimation of what it would take. And as I did more research, they were like, yeah, it took me like 4 to 6 months to make my first model. And I was like, oh. And my second model, once I knew what I was doing, was like 2 months. And I'm like, oh. So like I was going in the level of like a professional would struggle to meet the deadline that I set for myself, and I'm a person who has no idea what the hell they're doing, right? So it's it's one of those things where, because I had no experience doing it, no practice doing it, it's just one of those flaws that I have, where I have such high unrealistic expectations of myself, where I'm able to do things well pretty quickly. So my brain isn't very good at like, my new restrictions in reality is not in the decision making in the slightest. And that's unfortunate, but I think that's a really important life lesson to have, is to know what you are capable of doing, and then making sure that you put the time and effort that is accurate to what you're actually able to utilize. And yeah, I think this one is so making the VTuber model was the plan for last week. Obviously that didn't happen, and because of that, we need to make adjustments. So what I was hoping for last week was that we were going to make the model, and then this week we were going to make the rigging. The model is nowhere close to be finished, like not even a little bit. Like we're talking barely touched here. The new estimation for the model is probably a month. So it will take about a month to do the model. Will we have enough time to make the model and then also make the game? I don't think so. So like for those that don't know, my goal for May was to, in the beginning of May, is to get started on making a game that would only take about a month to make, but give myself 3 months to make it. So a lot of my streams weren't going to be necessarily art-based. I mean, there is going to be some art-based because it's going to be a game, but it's going to be mostly game development for the 2 o'clock streams. But I don't know. I have some reservations of utilizing Mama Dodo in the PNG form as we see her now, simply because it was only supposed to be a temporary thing until I get the VTuber model up. And I don't know. It might just be one of those things where we're just going to have to take as long as we can take whilst keeping an eye on funds. And then once we reach a particular level in which we need funds to come in, I'll just need to swing a job, and then we'll just try to adjust the schedule accordingly. I don't plan on dropping this. I'm not going to say ever, but like the things that I have going in my head and plans and things of the future, we're talking about potentially 15 years. That's not an exaggeration. So I'm thinking like I have like a 15-ish year plan, depending on how this is gonna go. It just may take, I mean, I was anticipating streaming in of itself, I was not gonna be funded by like the community for a good couple years. Like 2 years, maybe 3. But that's why I also wanted to make games in which the making the games would help fund, and doing art would help fund, and like potentially writing would help fund. So there's a lot of things and directions that I want to go towards that are different eggs in different baskets that collectively would be able to pay the bills. And then the streaming was more or less a way for the community to interact with me, and then I can interact with the community. And if anybody were touched by anything that I did, they had a hub and location to kind of join hands with other people on that. But we're nowhere near that yet. Right now we're still just getting it started. Let's see. So we made the Discord in the previous week. And then we rested. This upcoming week though, I still have the drive to want to get better with the VTuber model, right? So it may just be a thing where I kind of want to go down the rabbit hole of exercises in practice. So the plans for Monday is going to be drawing exercises. Excuse me, sorry, I sneezed. Drawing exercises Monday, Wednesday, not Friday, because I will be definitely busy. We'll just Merchant Center. Yeah, I'll be hosting all Friday. Definitely then hosting Saturday. Thursday, I don't plan on streaming anyway. I might. Maybe what I'll do is that I might do like a 2 to 6 stream on Thursday to kind of make up for it. You know what I mean? And then after, because I can't imagine people coming in after or before 6 on Thursday. So we'll see. But we'll see. I'll update accordingly. So we're going to do drawing exercises where we are going to get good. Right? We're going to get good. Where we're going to practice the style of the VTuber models. And we're going to try to do the... there's a handful of other videos that I've watched on it where we're going to like try to practice blind, where we're going to take a piece of reference, then we're going to try to draw it without like tracing. We're not even looking at it. We're going to have to just, well, first I'll explain in order. We have a reference that we want to kind of, I wouldn't say copy, but move our skill sets closer to that reference, right? Something that you look at it going like, oh, that's so cool, I wish I could do that. Take that. Then we're going to draw against the reference while the reference is there. And then we'll just overlay it, see what the differences are, and then fix it, and then do like a comparison as far as what's been changed, why things have been changed, etc. Then we do that again blind. And we just do that over a span of like 3-ish hours. And it's going to be something small at first, because obviously doing it all at once would be a lot. And you want something that is digestible, something that is repeatable, that would allow the proper skills to grow accordingly. And then we just do that. And we do that for Monday, and then we do that for Wednesday. And then what I would also like to do is that if we can get it to a certain point, if we're kind of confident in what we're doing, we move into Paleomancer's model, and then we just go off of it. Just run that momentum through and see how it looks and see if we like it. I think that's a really good way, so that way we have a starting place where our brain and our body can move forward with. So that's the plans for the 2 p.m. streams with strong exercises. As far as afternoons, it seems that we've been doing what was it? What was that multiplayer content game? Content warning. We've been kind of doing that on Wednesdays, which I have been enjoying. I really do enjoy playing games with them, and I'm really happy of seeing them enjoying a horror game. Because I mean, I like horror games. I really do. Maybe this could be the beginning. Bring them over to the dark side. And so yeah, we'll do some drawing exercises, and then we'll do like try to see if that we can have that reflect onto the Paleomancer model itself, see how it is, see how it looks, and then we'll start small, and then we'll just grow with that. It may take a little bit longer, but I still am in the belief of the model should come first before the game. It may not line up where I finish the game before I need to get a job, so we'll see about that. But we'll play it by ear. You know what I mean? We'll figure it out, and I'll be sure to be transparent along the way with y'all. As far as games, so right now for Dead Space, we'll do Dead Space Mondays. We'll do some Dead Space, I wouldn't say finish that out, because I don't even think we're halfway. And then it will be Dead Space / content warning, depending on how that will go. Tuesdays and Thursdays, my goal is still YouTube setup, where I kind of want to do more edited content, short form content, and try to get some eyes on what I'm doing here, you know. I kind of have been thinking as far as social media, as far as Twitter, as far as Instagram, as far as that kind of stuff. I don't use it. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, should I even bother using a platform that I'm not familiar with? Or would I be just wasting my time? Like, I'm a lot more familiar with YouTube than I am, like, Twitter. I mean, or X, or whatever it's called now. And Instagram as well. It's just kind of like, my personal Instagram is just food that I've cooked. Like, and then I think one image of my face, something like that. It's not a lot. But yeah, I think overall, you know, it's just going to be practicing drawings, trying to get good enough to work on the VTuber model, and then working on YouTube to try to get that big enough where we can utilize that efficiently and effectively. YouTube, for the most part, I mean, it's going to have some edited content, but for the most part, it's going to be a place for me to save my VODs. It's going to be a place that people can, you'll get my eyes in front of new people as far as short forms. So it will take a little bit. I'll figure out a good timing as far as when to post and what to post to like most efficiently use that to my advantage, but we'll see. Yeah, there's also a solid chance that Thursday will just be a relaxed day for me in order to mentally prepare myself for the weekend. Because yeah, it's gonna be I think like not all of them are gonna be living, or not living, but like being in my apartment, but I think like 8 people. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a big group of people, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. All right. So for meeting minutes, we got past week. Created Discord. First feedback. We had the first feedback as far as the eyes. Cancel. Stop streaming prematurely. Approximately 3 times. Did not finish VTuber model. Next week, we are going to practice with drawing. Let's do drawing practice. Drawing practice to, in parentheses, get good. We're going to update and utilize YouTube. And hosting during the weekend. No Friday stream. /Sunday. I might surprise you with the Sunday stream. Unlikely though. Even if there is no one here, I'll probably need to just recover. Especially if I'm going to be streaming again Monday afterward. Hosting during the weekend, no Friday stream Sunday. We discussed fumbling. Make sure you give up. Give up. Oh my gosh. Make sure you get up. The how we are going to practice. We also discussed, you know what, I figured that one separately. No worries, I'll post it in the meeting minutes section in the Discord. But I think, I mean, it feels light, but it's going to be not a lot of stuff, but stuff that's going to take a lot of time. And it should be fun. All right, so let's go ahead and switch this to our here, because there's some updates as far as workout stuff. And this would, unlike, y'all are welcome to do your own like workout regime and updates and discuss what's worked out for y'all. Personally, this is what works for me, and again, these are the days where I'm open with y'all. These are the things that are happening in my life. These are my plans. These are my things that I have failed. You know, and it's I feel like that's kind of the vibe that I want to give off, you know, for the most part at least. All right, now last week, ooh, that's another thing that we didn't do. I'm gonna add that to the meeting minutes. Last week, I did the unthinkable. I skipped leg day. Leg core day. I did. I believe that week was the week that I was meeting with friends, and I was literally about to leave. I was like, hey, I was gonna go work out, but then we started we were just going over different magic cards, and we were theory crafting builds, and we wanted to play a game, and I was like, you know what? Let's do that. And it's like, it's important to have discipline. It's important to try to stick to what it is that you need to do. But you also want to keep in mind of what it is important in your life. For me, working out is important. Especially, I mean, it's something that it's kind of recent as far as being able to stick with it. I've been able to work out with my brother once a week for what feels like probably a year now, I want to say. Maybe a little more. I want to say the deal I made with my dad, my father, was around my birthday. So I want to say it was about a year. But like more than that, I wasn't able to work out. Between the stress from the work and the burnout and all that, I did not have the capacity. But since leaving, I've been consistent with it. And it's something that I want to be consistent with it. And I see the changes, and the reason that we're tracking is to see and utilize the changes and where the weaknesses are and things of that nature. And I think that's important to, especially for someone like me who can be demotivated so easily, that you kind of need to keep track to a degree. So that way, when you don't feel like you've improved and you feel like you're wasting your time, you have data that supports otherwise. So it's important, at least for me. So we got 130.14. Let's see here. We're starting with leg, right? We got 220.27. All right, so it's going to be an additional 2 weeks. Unfortunately, this one is the skipped one, right? I know. You know what? We're going to bring this bad. It's red. It's bad. No NA. You know what? No. We're just going to do normal NA. Because the bad NA was I was lazy and I didn't feel up to it. Those are the bad NAs. I skipped it because I wanted to be with my friends should not be punished. I shouldn't make myself feel bad for that. That's okay. That's prioritization. Utilizing your time to know what's important to you. Like, exercising is important, don't get me wrong. But skipping a single day to have fun with your friends is absolutely fine. Just don't make a habit of it. And I didn't. I immediately started again. So we here. And let's see how much I've improved, shall we? For leg press, it was 230. 30. So we went up. Not only did we go up 10 pounds, but we also went up with the amount. Calves, 230, 49. We didn't go as high as much, which means we were probably getting to my limit for calves. We got 110, 28. Oh no, 110, 18. Same with seated leg curls. We might be reaching the peak here. 160, 42. We could definitely keep going as far as leg extensions. Looks like my quads are so strong. Back extensions, 180 over 28. I always worry about back extensions just because I don't want to fuck up my back. More so, having like a crampy leg or something sucks, but you could still like do things. A bad back will fuck you up. That will just ruin your day. Like, not even a little bit. And then, but this one I'm quite proud of. For the abdominal, I went from 36 of 130 to 26 of 160. I went up 30 pounds. I put the thing in the wrong spot. And after I got up to like 10, I looked at it and I was like, oh, oops. So we super jumped abdominal. So I got those abs of steel. All right, chest brace. This one is 140, 20, then 150, 24. So for those that, oh no, we're already doing that way. What I like to do is like, I like to go up. Hello and welcome, Melon the Melinin. 80, 26, 90, 19. What I like to do is like, I try to go up 10 more pounds every week, and until I hit a point where I can't do more than 6%, so like 18 total. If it's under 18, that means I need to stick to that weight until I can get above 18, because I've hit a limit. And then fly out, it was 150, 20, 155, and then 9. So this one was a little weird. This one was a little weird because we went up to 100 and got to 20, and then 100 I can only go to 7. Then the same with the fly delt, where I could only go up to like 5 pounds, and then I could only do like 9. So I want to say that for, in this case with the push, I wasn't, this was push, this was Monday. I might have just been tired. It might have just been an off day, because like some of them kind of went up, but then others didn't. So like the overhead press and the fly delt, I really kind of like flatlined a bit. So next week I'll keep it at this level and then see if I can get it back up. Maybe, I mean, it may just be this is my limit. Looking at it like through and through, like 80 at 14, 90 at 17, like we're right at that barrier of like, I kind of reached my ceiling a bit. So 100 just might be my ceiling for a while. I'll probably ask my brother some recommendations as far as when you hit a limit super hard, like how do you break through that, with unless it's just you just need to work on it. Exactly. You get it, Melon. That's okay to hit your limit. What matters is that you tried, and you tried to push it, and then if you can't, then you're not ready. You just keep on keeping on. All right, for row, it was 130, 22. That because I stuck with the same weight for that one, and I got over the threshold, so we're able to move on. And then 140, 19. So that rows, this is a good example of hitting my limit and then actually moving past it, but then hitting my limit again. And it's just, that's just gonna be a slower up curve than the rest are. Because there's no rules that say like you have to improve by 10 pounds a week. That's an arbitrary rule that I put on myself. Like, yeah, everybody's different. Everyone grows at a different rate as far as developing yourself. Just like, listen to your body. Pull down 130, 21, 140, 18. So we're starting to reach the limit there. Arm curl. Was arm curl the one? No? I thought it was for whatever reason. Oh yeah, no, it was 80 and then 6. So we had a bad one. And then we go 80 and then 10. I think 80 might be the limit for arm curl for me. I think it's going to just take a while. I don't know what I was on this week when suddenly I shut down. But it also might be just a thing where, because all these are in the same group, right? I just go from machine to machine that work on the same groups over and over again. And if I'm trying to improve in other ones and I overexert myself, when I do the other exercises, they're going to be lower. So even for these ones up here as well, it may not even be the fact that like I was very tired. It could have been that I overexerted myself on the other machines where I try to push. So like chest press, for example, like I got 10 above and I did even more reps with that. That could have been like, yeah, you did a good job going above and beyond that one, but because you pushed yourself too hard with those, the others suffered for it. So that's also something to keep in mind. Okay, flying rear delts. We got 130, 19, and then 140, 21. Fly rear delt doesn't seem to be an issue. We're still moving up steadily with that. I think, I was thinking how to properly go about this as far as like, I'm a sucker for an Excel graph. A really good graph. Oh man, I can't, it's so good. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna take this and then we're gonna make this a table this way so that I have lines that show the steady growth. No, I can't do that. Because I don't have a good way to represent like the amount of weight versus the amount of reps and what that means. Before, what I did is that I multiplied them, where I was like 230 times 30. But if I go up a weight and then do less reps, it's considered like a reduction. Maybe I could just do weight. Maybe reps doesn't matter as much. Maybe reps are more of an indicator for like when to move forward than it is something where it's like something I necessarily need to keep track of on a graph. Maybe. Well, let's see what it looks like, right? So if we take this and then we just do every other one. We'll do exercise, weight, and we do all of these, and then we'll do like the next 3, right? Or 4. And then format as a table. No, it was... Have I forgotten how to make a table with this? And I call... Here we go, we're into different charts. Okay. I was gonna say, I call myself someone who likes to utilize... Let's see. What is it trying to do? No. Select data. Yeah. No. Legend entries is not weight each time. The legend entries are Yeah, we switch both of those. Maybe I need to remove weight. Maybe that's the problem. And why is this that? Why are the names... This one's being weird. We're gonna delete this. We're gonna try again. We're gonna do this, and this time not include any of the things. Well, let's see what they say. And then 2 more, just for shiggles. And then we'll make... Same deal, where it's kind of not being good. See, like, why is it doing 70-30? Switch, edit. The name, why is it doing D27? It's just B27. For whatever reason, it wants to do multiple columns, which makes no sense. I didn't tell it to do that. Edit. Nothing like watching someone edit a graph. This is really like a meeting. I'm starting to notice a theme here. But I'm an Excel sheet nerd. What can you say? What can I say? It's like, it's my calling. I'm one of the few people who say that they're proficient in Excel, who are actually proficient in Excel and not just bullshit. I'm not like all those other applicants. I'm actually proficient in Excel. Now, am I like an expert in Excel? No. There are some people out there that are fucking wild. Wild in Excel. They go through Excel like they're just walking in the park. Horizontal. That one. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. One, 2, 3, 4. Why is this one all down? What's with the 1500? Where are they getting these numbers? That's what I want to know. Because as we see here, 90. And then down here, 130. Right? Why is this down? I am so confused. Why are you down? It's 130. Like what? Though, yeah, all the leg ones went down. Yeah, that makes sense, right? 140? Oh, let's do this. Let's format axis. The maximum should be not. I'm not gonna be lifting 25 fucking 100 pounds. All right, that's not a thing that I'm gonna be doing ever. Like, if I get to that level strength, that's crazy and would take forever to get there. I would have to be on some kind of drug. All right, there's no way. There's no way. So not 2500. Let's do 500. Right? Why is this being a thing? That's 220. What? Maybe the units are weird? 20? This is 220. But what's going on the left? Why is the left not what I think it is? Bro. Like what? Select data. That's the Legend series. Yeah. The horizontal is 1 through 8, which makes sense. It's how many times I've worked out. That's fine. 1 through 8. Should there be dates? Sure. But it doesn't really matter, right? Not really. But why? Let me look at you. What are you doing? Let's move this. Let's move this. You're in the way of me trying to figure out what the problem is. Select data. If I look at the leg press and I look at the it is correct. Well, it's off by 1, but so G27. This also needs the 2 here. So G27 also needs E27 and C27. Ugh. I'm gonna have to copy all that nonsense. Gross. Gross. Is this worth the graph? To be honest, I don't know. This is gonna be E27. And then C27. Why not? Why are you being... Oh, does there need to be a comma? Oh. Cancel. We're doing that again. So this time we're going to highlight everything, including the comma. And then, oh gosh, the arrows, you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. We see we're increasing. I will make another chart eventually. This just doesn't want to work. It just doesn't. We're just gonna, it's gone. It's gone. We're done. It's fine. We're going up. That's what matters. I'll make a graph of this later. At this point, I'll just put Excel sheets on the tags. But yes, so we did pretty all right. The no leg or core day is unfortunate, but we did it for a good reason, and that's okay. And we still went up. That's what matters. Skipping a particular day, you may stagnate a little bit because you didn't have the day in order to improve. But yeah, as long as you keep moving forward, right? And if you're not moving forward and you do stagnate and you're just at your limit, that's fine too. To be quite honest, you will have to admit that like there's a point in which your body literally can't do anything more. There is a point. Is it the first time that you run into a problem? Probably not. You could probably push yourself further than that, but there will be a point in which your body or your mind or whatever will just say no. You cannot move past this, and you have to accept it. And I think for a lot of people, and that's why I say like starting something is the second hardest thing that you can do. Learning when to stop is the hardest thing. That's the hardest, is when to end it. The middle, unfortunately, is the easiest. Once you have the ball rolling and you're kind of like going off the momentum and growth, and you have those feedback, you have the little reward centers of your brain lighting up for all the work that you're doing, that's the easy part. Starting it when you have no momentum is really difficult, and knowing that you can't move forward and that this is just not one of those things that you can just discipline yourself through is the hard part. Yeah. Okay. So as far as meeting minute stuff, I think as far as that is concerned, I'll definitely update more of the meeting minutes later, but what else do we want to jump on? So it's been about an hour. We're just kind of vibing. Let's see. What'll be good? Archipelago? I can't really move forward in. We could do some hell diving. We could do what's more of kind of like a vibe kind of game. Not buckshot roulette. I feel like I got a lot out of that. I feel like I don't really need more to go off of that, you know? And there are games that I do want to play or in stream with y'all, but I kind of want to make it its own thing. So like Dredge is really fun, but I would want to like do a Dredge playthrough with y'all. So we could do Helldivers. Hydroneer got a new update, but not gonna lie, you don't just passively do Hydroneer. That's a game that like you get into it. The Last Spell, but that is certainly not a chill game. That is a we're all gonna die all the time stress game. Pacific Drive is another one of those that I want to stream for y'all. Ooh. What if we do Planet Crafter? Because I'm playing Planet Crafter with a friend of mine, and it's okay. It's good. It makes me miss Satisfactory. And that is a game that I 100% gonna stream for y'all because I have like 800 hours in that game. I love that game, but I'm gonna wait till it's 1.0 and then I'll probably do like a whole thing for it. I could see Satisfactory being the game where if I did like a subathon, Satisfactory would be the game I would play. Where it's like, what's a game that I could play for hours and hours and hours and hours and not get bored of it? It would either be Satisfactory, it would be Binding of Isaac, and those are the big two. Destiny would have been on that list if this was like 4 years ago, because I loved Destiny, and Destiny 2 for a while too. I really did enjoy it, but they just burned me out of it. All the grinding, man. All the grinding. Slime Rancher 2. I already finished that. Subnautica. We could play a little bit of that. Void Train. We could play a little bit of that. But I was playing that with a friend of mine, and it feels wrong to play that without them. So I kind of don't want to do that unless they're here. You know? I don't know if there are games that y'all play with like I wouldn't say significant other, but like a person who like that has now tied themselves to the experience. you know? But it just doesn't feel the same. You could do some Dead Space, but I want this to be chill vibes. I don't want this to be like horror. And when I think of chill, I think of crafting, which, I mean, this channel is also going to be about this. I'm a paleomancer, right? It's a spooky crafter. It is the perfect fusion of a craftsman and being in a horror situation. So that's what I like to do between the two. If there is ever an idealist core game, it is usually a horror game based from outer space to some degree, which honestly we should probably also play the Alien game, Alien Isolation. Ooh, that could be fun. Maybe that'll be my next single player horror game after we've kind of gone through the list, because again the list is like Dredge and what was it, Pacific something, the driving one, the spooky driving one was also very, very idealist core. And then you have like crafting, making things kind of thing that is also considered idealist core. So you know, play a lot of those. And that game in particular, Planet Crafter, it's like you can play with other people, but it doesn't seem like it's one of those games that you lose a lot of it if you don't. You know? You know what I mean? Okay. So let's do... How do y'all feel about some Planet Craft? It'll be a completely different same for the one that I've been playing with a friend with, so it's gonna be fresh. And it'll be kind of some vibes. You know? Let's do that. Plus, I don't think it'll be too debating to rock both the little guys on the bottom and that at the same time. So let's switch. We're gonna switch from the music that y'all have been vibing to Planet Crafter. And then we're gonna go ahead and do game capture, not content warning, Planet Crafter.